Welcome to this channel for Hanix TV. Today we're going to look at the very important thing about the economic recovery in Malawi. The government of Malawi is looking at recovering its economy based on the 4 F's. This is the approach the government of Malawi has taken. About 4 F's, the government of Malawi is saying that the economic recovery is going to be looking at the availability of forex, fuel, fertilizer, and the food. These are the very important things that the government of Malawi think like they are critical now. If we don't do them, then the economy will remain the bad economy. Malawi has been passing through difficult economic situation because of the poor leadership that Malawi experienced from 2020 to 2025. But is government of Malawi prepared to resolve the problems that Malawians are experiencing? We are going to look in this video to see if really the government of Malawi is really prepared. There are more issues that are taking place in Malawi which are very critical. If the government is not resolving these issues, the economy of Malawi will remain stagnant and many Malawians will remain poor. If we look at the pool of poverty in Malawi, we are finding out that the poverty in Malawi has been existing for a number of years. And this poverty has never been dealt with in order to make Malawians get the economic empowerment. Many Malawians are not able to provide for their own food, and families in Malawi are really poor. The country of Malawi has been trying to make sure that the economic situation of Malawians is bailed out by emphasizing on agriculture, which has remained the backbone of the economy of Malawi. But due to the problems of lands, it has been a problem in Malawi to come up with a good strategy on how to bring the economy back on track using agriculture as the engine to force poverty out of the country. So, what should the government of Malawi do? The current government, which is led by Professor Peter Mutharika, is said that is going to solve the problems of the Malawi economy by emphasizing on the 4 F's as the most important factors of the economic problems in Malawi. Currently, Malawi has been suffering due to the lack of forex, lack of fuel, lack of fertilizer, and lack of food. And the government of Malawi is saying the priority now is to make sure that there is forex in the country. Why forex is affecting the economy of Malawi? I will tell you one thing in this video. Forex in Malawi is very important because if there is no forex, what it means in Malawi, they're not going to be able to import what they call the most important things that they need, like those that I've already alluded to, like food, fertilizer, and the other things, which is also fuel included in that. So why is Malawi not having a lot of forex in order to resolve the issues? The problem in Malawi is that they are not able to manufacture so that they can export things in order to attract dollars in the country. Manufacturing is very important in any economy in order for you to be able to sell your products outside the countries. But in Malawi, they've been relying on agriculture, and the agriculture has not solved the problems of forex, food, fertilizer, and the forex itself. How can you get the forex if you are not manufacturing? The economy in Malawi is indeed suffering, and many people are passing through a lot because the government of Malawi is not emphasizing on manufacturing. There have been a lot of trials in order to make sure that the country of Malawi begins to rely on the manufacturing, like producing a lot of things and add value to those things so that they can be able to export. During the presidency of late Bingu Mutharika, they were emphasizing on production and exportation, but it did not work out. Up to now, Malawi is not manufacturing a lot. So it is very important for the current government to make sure that they emphasize on manufacturing in order for the country to be able to obtain the forex which it really desires. How can Malawi obtain forex currently? If we are looking at the economic situation in Malawi, whereby they are depending on aid for them to get the forex, it is very hard for them to get the forex because they need to comply with the International Monetary Fund conditions, which to me are not good conditions at all, because Malawi has been failing to comply with the conditions of the International Monetary Fund. Always Monetary Fund will give you hard conditions so that you should not be able to comply with them, and at the end of the day they're going to make sure that you stop receiving the aid. So Malawi has been asking for aid from the International Monetary Fund, and this is always with any government that is available in Malawi. They will always knock on the door of the International Monetary Fund for them to obtain the loan. If they get the aid, they'll be able to get the forex they need, and then they'll use that money in order to import fertilizer, food, as well as fuel. And this has never helped the country to recover economically, because the more you obtain the aid from the International Monetary Fund, that is the loan, and you're supposed to pay it back. And whenever you fail to pay back the loan, then what it means that the International Monetary Fund will begin to force you, if you'd like to obtain more loan from them, to depreciate your currency. And Malawi has been going through consistent depreciation of its money currency, which is Malawi kwacha. Malawi kwacha has been depreciating for a long period of time, and as I'm speaking now, it's on the depreciation. Like there's a fixed depreciation whereby you can depreciate it, and there is a floating depreciation. And in this time around, Malawi is on the floating depreciation of its value of its currency, and the economy in Malawi is getting so worse as the inflation is high and the lives of the people are passing through a lot. The commodities in Malawi are very expensive now because the value of the Malawi kwacha is very weak, and therefore for the business people to get profit from their commodities and all other businesses that they are doing, they need to charge more prices. And the selling prices are very expensive. Malawians, whenever they would like to purchase ordinary things, they need to pay more money. And also, this is compounded by the lack of employment in the country, so that Malawians are not able to obtain a job and to get a living. And so, if you'd like to have money in order for you to survive, to be able to buy things, you need to have more money. It's only that Malawi is not known of its complexities of its economy, because many people are not talking about it, but currently Malawi has reached a level of Zimbabwe in terms of economy. Zimbabwe before was going through a lot of economic crisis because their currency was valueless. The same applies with the currency of Malawi is valueless this time around, but there's little talk about it, and the government has been pretending to tell Malawians like the bank rate is the right rate which Malawians should be using in order to exchange Malawi kwacha with the United States dollar. But on the black market, the Malawi value to the dollar is 4,400, while on the back rate in Malawi it is 1,700 to a dollar. You can see that the difference between the bank rate with the black market is huge. So it means the economy is indeed in denial of accepting its crisis, because the government of Malawi is pretending like things are okay. So in the country of Malawi, things are really difficult and life is very hard. Malawians are suffering a lot, and many Malawians are not able even to get the food they need, and they are not able even to do things which they would like to be doing because of the current economic situation that is killing a lot of future and the dreams of many people, as many Malawians cannot afford to go to school, to pay for fees, and to eat food they need, to buy things which they basically need on daily lives. And this is crucial and critical to the economy if the government does not come up with a clear-cut strategy on how to recover economically. Because as I can see now, the only way Malawi can recover economically is for it to be competitive, not to be depending on aid. But there should be a strategy whereby the government of Malawi should be able to empower Malawians to start manufacturing at a large scale, and make sure that they are continuously manufacturing in order to come up with products that they can export. I know currently the government of Malawi has discovered a lot of minerals in the country which are very crucial for the development of this country, because they'll be selling these minerals, but the Malawi government has been selling minerals outside the country on the low material, and this has never helped the country to develop. Malawi has got the largest deposits of uranium. They were exporting raw materials, uranium, and the country did not develop because of that. And currently they have got layer F, and we're hearing that the current government has issued the warning that nobody else should be exporting raw materials. Instead, many people who are doing mining, everybody else should make sure that the minerals are processed and be able to export them in their processed form. But we are yet to see if this is going to be implemented in the country of Malawi, where even there are no processing plants for minerals in the country, and we wonder how this is going to be possible in the country of Malawi to begin processing our minerals in order for us to export them. While there are processes, yet we don't have the processing plants. Maybe there is something that is happening which we don't know about it. Maybe coming up with the plants that can be dealing with the processing of our raw materials. Maybe it's a secrecy that we have no idea which government is really doing in this country. But what I can say is that the economy of Malawi can only recover if Malawians are productive, if Malawians are producing, if Malawians are manufacturing. There is nothing like producing without even adding value to what you're producing. So in the country of Malawi, we should begin to process our products so that they can have the highest value and be able to attract more money to it as we export our products outside the country. And exporting the products of Malawi should not only be done like exporting them to China, exporting to America, but we can export them within the region, which is SADC, as well as East Africa and in Africa as a whole, so that we can be doing business between each other in Africa and be able to grow our economy within the continent of Africa. And we've been hearing about the free trade area in Africa, which is taking ages for it to be implemented. I think if it had been implemented, it would have been a very good thing in the continent of Africa, so that maybe we cannot be depending on the dollar anymore, but we should be doing our business within the African region, and with the establishment of African forex, one currency, that could be a big boost to the economies in Africa. But currently, we are exporting our products to the United States of America, and we are not even able to export them more because we are not manufacturing a lot. And the United States of America maybe cannot look at Africa as the biggest market to export things from Africa, because those countries are already advanced, and what they are looking for is just to get raw materials from Africa so that they can continue to advance their technology advancements. But if we stop them getting raw materials from Africa so that we can process those raw materials into finished products that are going to attract a lot of money in Africa, and then we can grow our economies in Africa, and Africa will become big. But as it is right now, we are not doing that. So we'll be discussing more things about Malawi and Africa, how we can improve and develop as a continent on this channel. And this is the main idea why I have this channel, so that we can be sharing our views, how we look at things in Africa in order for Africa to develop. Thank you for watching more of my videos, and I would like to ask you to watch more of my videos, to continue liking my videos, commenting about my videos. Until I come back with another video, have a very good day. Bye-bye.